What's good with y'all, man? So today I'm gonna be going over my Madden 24 wish list. We're honestly kind of getting to the point where we're really starting to get into the, Madden 24 news. Honestly, it's June. The beta. I don't know when the beta is gonna be sometime this month. I don't know the date. They'll probably start talking about it soon though. But we're in that mode where we're talking about Madden 24 now. Like I think they said Josh Allen might actually be the cover athlete. I don't know if it's true or not. We'll see, but. Yeah, basically I got this broken up because it's a lot of stuff we're gonna talk about. This is probably gonna be a long video. We're gonna talk about gameplay stuff and then non-gameplay stuff. Now I'm mostly talking about MUT, but obviously, the gameplay stuff can work for, regs and MUT, some of the stuff. So let's go ahead and get right into this thing, and we're gonna start off with the gameplay things I would like to see changed or even added into Madden 24. First thing I would like to see, I would actually like to see this return. Weak boxing. I would like to see weak boxing make a return in Madden 24 now. Now, I'm not talking about Madden 20 weak boxing. I know you guys, man, weak boxing in Madden 20 was crazy. I'm not gonna lie. Like, you never know when your whole team was gonna just get flatlined. I'm talking about, I would say how it was in Madden 22. I think Madden 22 had the best balance with weak boxing. If you don't know what weak boxing is, basically, the best example I can give is if you come out in dollar, and let's say I come out in I form or my offense, for example, ace offset, and I try to run the ball, like if I try to run a trap or something like that, your whole team will get flatlined. Pancakes are going to be all over the field because you came out in a weak package, and I came out in a big, strong, beefy package. You know what I mean? Like you paid a price for that, because in the past that's how you beat dollar. You come out and you try to run the ball on it. This year it just doesn't get weak box. So in 24, I would like to see dollar get flatline. KOs need to be nerfed in Madden 24. The whole reason EA even has these zone KOs and man KOs and stuff like that, well, mostly the zone KOs, the real reason they really have those is because the zones aren't really properly tuned. Ever since we got to this next gen movement, zones have always played really weird. And one of the ways they basically tried to fix that without actually fixing it is add a zone KO ability that essentially, a guy could be running with the ball. Like I'm talking about, there's this one time, I don't remember if this happened to me or if it's happened to the guy I was playing against, but someone took like 3 or 4 steps with the ball after he caught it, and a KO actually like tapped him and broke it up, and it actually ended up being a fumble. Like it was the first time. We always joke around like, oh, this should be a fumble because I took this many steps. Well, I actually saw the fumble. It was crazy, but KOs, I mean, look, I don't got to say too much. You guys know it. They've got to be toned down next year because they are way too crazy. Tackle battles have to go next year. It is definitely, I feel like, one of the most underratedly trash things that they added this year. And I guess it used to be in the older Maddens or something like that. I didn't really play Madden when it was in the game. So it's not even like it's a new feature. It's just something they brought back, and it's just not good, man. Like the only thing the tackle battle leads to is fumbles that you have no control of. I don't know why. I don't honestly even know why they added it. It's really stupid. Just make it how it used to be, where it was like like I don't know. It's just stupid. This one is probably something that's not like anything crazy. It's just something that I would like to see make a return. Is the spins for Madden 22? They were beautiful. They were very good, and not everybody had a crazy spin like that. It was just some guys that deserved it. Now the spins this year are nowhere near as good as they were last year, but they're still solid. Like some guys, can get a really nice animation, but if you play Madden 22, you know what I'm talking about. The spins in that game were just they were amazing. I don't really know why they got, nerfed, and I don't know. Like it was. I don't think anybody had a problem with them. It just made the movement, funner, and just, I don't know. I don't know anyone that didn't like the spins in Madden 22. I don't know anyone that said, hey, these need to get toned down. But that's what EA does. They tone down things that no one that people like, and I don't know. It's almost like they hate us. I think that's what it is. They just hate us. They don't want us to enjoy the game. They need to take away X factors starting at the beginning of the game. Like I don't like Madden 20 is the first game where they tried that, where the Eric Dickersons, the Randy Mosses, where guys start with X factors, and we pretty much told them like, hey, don't ever do this shit again. And what do they do 3 years later? Oh, let's try it again. Like, and it's even worse than it was in 20, because now there's a bunch of different guys with this, and it's just terrible. I don't even know. Like, nobody likes this. The only people that might like this are the guys that just flat out suck at the game, and maybe they think they get a chance with it. But It's gotta go, man. Like, it's terrible. I don't know if you guys remember, but in Madden 20, you were actually able to run with the quarterback behind the line of scrimmage, like on a pass play. I think you had, if I'm not mistaken, you had to hit like LB and LT, or I don't remember what it was, but it was certain like bumpers and triggers you held at the same time, and you were actually able to just tuck the ball and run with it. It's something I would like to see come back, but they also got to be careful. They don't want to, bring something like that back and then it's just completely broken, because they're a lazy company and they don't like actually go about testing things out. They just kind of do things. But it's something I would like to see make a return. This is something that I know people definitely take for granted and don't talk about a lot, because most people use Hot Route Master, but there needs to be more depth added to playbooks. The playbooks over the years have been less and less, just less play. More and more plays get taken out of pretty much every playbook every year, and the playbooks need to go back to having, actually being nice, especially NFL playbooks. The NFL playbooks over the last couple of years, they're just taking more and more out of them, and it's almost like you will kind of have, I don't want to say you kind of have to use like the alternative playbooks, but just make it to where the playbooks actually have, like, to where you don't need Hot Route Master. Now, I don't use Hot Route Master, but I understand why other people do use Hot Route Master, just because, the playbooks over the last couple of years have just, they're just kind of dry. They're dead. They're taking stuff out. Ace offset, a formation that I run a lot, isn't even in any NFL playbooks anymore. Like, it's just, I don't understand why they take so much out of their game. Like, just give us more. Stop taking stuff away. Being able to save your audibles or your substitutions for putting guys in certain formations should be something that you're able to do in MUT. Now, if I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure you can do this in franchise. You can save your audibles before you go into a game. You can, have guys subbed in certain formations before a game, but you can't do it in MUT, which doesn't make sense because it's already in one of the other game modes. So why is it not in MUT? Like, this is something that literally needs to be in Madden 24. Lag switch glitch has to get addressed in Madden 24. I honest to God don't even know if EA knows about it. If you guys don't know about it, if you hit both the back triggers basically on defense, on defense, basically when you're the person you're playing is trying to throw the ball, it'll have some crazy lag spike. It's the, like, called the lag switch glitch. It's been in the game literally all year. I don't even think a lot of people even know about it, to be honest. It's honestly insane that it's still in the game, hasn't been addressed. I don't think EA knows about it. So in 24, that can't be in the game. Back catching and conservative catching is probably at an all-time low. I'll say this: conservative catching is at an extremely all-time low. Like, you almost don't even want to conservative catch it when you're near the sideline to try to get a toe tap catch, because damn near trying to aggressive catching it gives you a better animation half the time. You try to conservative catch it, one, he either doesn't try to do it at all, or two, he just goes out of bounds. It's just terrible. Like, ag catching damn near gives you the best animation catches, and even with rat catching, like rat catching, the problem with rat catching is sometimes you try to rat catch a ball in the flat where you're wide open, and the guy just straight up drops it. Like, and it doesn't, not even just a flat, just in general. Like, a guy will just pretty much straight up drop it. And that kind of leads me into the next thing, dropping the ball wide open, which usually happens when you try to rat catch it. I don't understand how that could happen. I think that also, if I'm not mistaken, happened like Madden 21. It might have been on offense. You just randomly would drop the ball. I think, I could be wrong if anybody remembers which Madden that was, but if I got a guy wide open and there's nobody near him, and just because I hit the rat catch button, I have a chance of dropping it, I don't even know how that makes sense. This is the last one for the gameplay things for the Madden 24 wish list. I would actually like to see velocity chems taken at the game. Now, I actually dropped a whole video going into like complete depth about this I probably said like a month ago or something like that. But velocity chems are another reason why zones and certain coverages also just don't play the way they're supposed to, because the game was not designed for, like, pass feed lead and set feed lead and stuff like that. That's just not how they designed it. So I personally think they should take it out the game, and then that would help us, because then we wouldn't need KOs in the game, and it would just help out so many different things. But of course, EA is stupid. Now we're going to be talking about non-gameplay things. What I mean by non-gameplay things is, you'll see as we talk about this. The first thing is bring Weekend League back into Ultimate Team. I don't know why they took Weekend League out this year. It is probably one of the biggest L's I've ever seen since 2K got rid of like the parks and stuff, and they brought the city out, which nobody likes that. Like that's honestly the closest thing. Like if you play a lot of 2K, the thing I could compare Weekend League to was like when 2K had the 3 parks. You know what I mean? And it was just like that's what it was. And taking Weekend League out was crazy. Like Madden is so boring without Weekend League. That was the closest thing we had to some type of ranked game mode on Madden. Like we now it's just there's nothing, and it's just terrible. I think in Madden 24 they should bring the Mutt Master back. If you guys, Mutt Master was like, what was it in? I think 21 it was Cam Chancellor. I think in Madden 20 was it Pat Tillman? I think it was Pat Tillman. But you remember how like you got that one card to start the year, and throughout the whole year you could upgrade them, and like I think they used to get all. Did they used to get all team counts? I don't remember if they got all team counts, but it was a really good card. And I personally think it should come back. I mean, the whole season thing where you get the cards is cool, but I feel like they could still have a Month Master on top of all these little seasons and all that stuff. Trophy packs and head-to-head rewards in general in Madden 24. We gotta do better. Trophy packs are so bad. Literally, you can pull 89s, cards that were in the start of the game this year. You can still pull them out of a trophy pack for winning a Super Bowl. Like that is just honestly, it's sad because they don't care. You know what I mean? And head-to-head rewards, like just the coins you get, like last year or just since I started playing, like in Legend Division, you used to get, I think it was 6,750 coins for just a singular win in Legend Division. Now we're only getting 5,000. That's a 1,700 difference. That's a pretty big difference, but you know what I mean? They're probably just, they're like, okay, well, if they're getting less rewards, maybe they'll buy packs. I'm not spending my money on this game, and y'all shouldn't either. Custom jerseys and custom stadiums. This is probably something that's been talked about literally every single year in Madden. I don't know if we'll ever get it. Like custom stadiums, I feel like it can't be that difficult. I don't play MLB The Show, but I do know in MLB The Show you can like customize stadiums, jerseys, and all that stuff. And I don't understand why we can't do that in Madden. I mean, being able to customize your own jersey would be so great. I feel like every sports game you could do that. I know you could do it on 2K. You could do it in MLB The Show. I don't know about FIFA and NHL. I do not know. But all I know is, and you can Madden, and it just, I feel like it just cannot be something that's hard to add. This one is a little bit different. I feel like squads weekend league would be kind of cool. Now I don't really play a lot of MUT squads. I'm not even the biggest fan of MUT squads, but I do know a lot of people that they actually play like MUT squad series, and there really is a MUT squads community. Like some of those guys really do play that. I know some homies they really play that MUT squad stuff. And I guess adding a MUT squads weekend league would just be, a little bit more for the people that play that. You know what I mean? Well, no, would I play it? Probably not. But for the people that do play it, right? Maybe they that's something they would like. I don't know if any of you guys play MUT squads. Let me know how you feel about that. I feel like it's just adding more and more to the game. This one kind of ties into bringing Weekend League back into Madden 24, but monthly rewards. I know you guys remember for Weekend League, we'd always get our monthlies, and they were so god. Like, especially if you were getting like top 100 monthlies, the Fire Fantasy packs, it was literally like the best pack in the game. Like, I remember I used to damn near come up off a meal every single time off those. So it was like a free meal I was getting pretty much every single month. And just the Weekend League rewards in general, like every Tuesday, you get your rewards, and like it was just like a little vibe, you know what I mean? It was just a great way to make coins, and just, but that's the thing, man. They just don't want us to make coins. Like you could see it time after time. They just don't want us to make coins. Madden 24 rookie premieres need to go back to how they used to be. Now I know they only made the change for this year, but if you guys didn't know how they used to be, basically how a rookie premiere card would work is, let's say for example I had the Jordan Davis rookie premiere, I would get pretty much like that card would always get upgraded to like their newest card or whatever. This year they just stayed at their base overall. The card didn't change, so it was basically, in the past it was like, okay, you were guaranteed this card to get, you know what I mean, like upgrade or something like that. This year it was just like, nope, you just get that card. So in the way, it's another way to kind of have us make, they're just taking stuff away from us, because it's just, well, what is the point of reverting it like that? You know what I mean? Because I know this year there was like drop more rookie premieres, but that's not an excuse to like not have those cards get upgraded over time. Like that's just laziness. Wild Card Wednesday needs to make a return. Now I know they did the Wild Card Tuesday, but they didn't do that till like after the Team of the Weeks and all that stuff were done, and we still didn't even get it till like a couple weeks after Team of the Week and all that stuff. Like we used to have, it was Team of the Weeks on Tuesdays, Wild Card Wednesday on Wednesday, Limited Time Thursday. Friday used to be the promo. Saturday was Legends, Ultimate Legends. Like, we used to get content, and then, you know, Monday would be like whatever, like remember how like we had the 50, we had the bow nose, you know, stuff like that. Like, we used to get so much content, and this year they really just kind of, they cut it down this year. And I really think it was because the whole field pass and the competitive pass, they try to use that as an excuse, when in reality, all that shit is trash. The servers in Madden 23 are garbage. Like, the servers, I noticed every single season in Madden, they got worse and worse and worse by the season. Like, where they're at right now, it's so bad. Like, if you're like somebody that, like, I guess only opens packs and stuff, I don't know how you do it, because literally navigating those menus is like a slugfest. It is terrible, and it just got like that after every season. It just got worse and worse. Like, they just, after every season, all right, 50 people start working on the game. Next season, 150 people stop working. Like, everybody just stopped working on the game after every season. I know back in some of the older Maddens, guys were able to go over, like, I guess 100 stats and stuff like that. Like I said, I wasn't playing MUT at the time. I used to play 2K a lot. I think it would be cool to bring that back in Madden 24. Make it to where guys, even their overalls could go over 99. Like, what's the point of capping it at 99? Just let it go. Just, you know, it'll just make the longevity of the game even more, because if guys just have unlimited stats and, you know, stuff like that, it just, you know, it can only keep getting better and better. So, you know, I don't know. I think it'd be pretty cool. You guys let me know what you think about that. I don't think it's a bad thing. I think it just adds more. Them just capping everything at 99, just, you know, once I feel like this makes me say the same thing after every like thing I want, is just them being lazy. But it is, you know, capping it at 99 is just a lazy way to be like, all right, well, we just give 99. Madden 24, if they do have abilities and stuff, which they most likely will, I don't see why they would take them away. The ability description needs to literally say what an ability does. Example is short at elite. Literally the point of that ability is to beat press. Like, it actually beats press coverage man. I don't know what the actual description for the ability says, but the description has nothing to do with what the actual ability does. Same thing with short and elite. Like, certain abilities, like for example for KOs, it's just the ability description should say the depth that some of the like man KOs or stuff like that, the depth that they work at. We shouldn't have to have people go into practice mode, test abilities out for 30 minutes to an hour just to really figure out what they actually do, because the description says a totally different thing. This is my final thing I would like to see for Madden 24, and it would be I would like to see more of a reason to grind regs. There's only two reasons a man is playing regs. One, if you're trying to grind a leaderboard, which is cool. And the other thing is if you're playing money games, you know, if you're trying to run up a bag of players lands, or just, you know, you just playing money games, you know what I mean? However you're doing that, those are really the only two reasons to play regs. Now, I don't know what ways could they do to spice it up. That's not my job. I don't work for EA. I just put the idea out there to people to make the game. You figure it out. One more additional thing too, actually, I would like to see them add just like a little game mode where like you could play with all the mascots. It would be like 11 on 11 with the mascots. I don't know, that was just completely random, but that'd be kind of cool. That is pretty much my wish list for Madden 24. Obviously, there's probably way more things I could have added or said gameplay wise and just non-gameplay wise. You guys let me know some things that you would like to see in Madden 24, because there's a lot. There's just so much. I can't even think of everything. I tried to put together a list. This list took me a while to make too, like, and I'm also not the brightest, so I'm sure I left out some obvious things, but you guys let me know what you'd like to see in Madden 24. That is pretty much gonna do it. Like, comment, subscribe, man, and your boy is out.